New York. So what do you get when you mix a laughing emoji, a fire emoji, and a heart? Well, the answer is a YAT. The company YAT Labs is taking everything that we love about emojis and turning them into your digital username, your website URL, and even your payment address for your digital wallet. People can use one emoji or YAT or a combination of characters. You can even turn your YAT into an NFT for a small fee as well. And of course, all this digital hype surrounding cryptos and NFTs, the cost of these things are going up as well. Some investors are paying thousands of dollars for popular YAT combinations. So joining us now is Jake Udell, founder and CEO over at MetaLink. Jake, great to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us. So now that we've explained to everybody what a YAT is, why are these things so appealing right now to people?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question, Baker. I think that YATs are, since they're emojis, right? They're fun, they're expressive, and they're universal. The opportunity to own your global identity in something as simple as a few emojis may just be appealing to a lot of people.
So what's the point of these things being created? Is it just to, in our, the metaverse life, we're going to be not just our names, we're going to be so many different characters and features. What's sort of really the point and the allure of these things?
It's a really interesting question. When you think about it right now, the way we identify ourselves in the world of crypto is through these like super long wallet addresses that have 26 characters or more. And so what YAT has done is they've really simplified that. So you may not go by your first and last name in the metaverse, but what name would you go by? And how do you really have ownership over that name? And so what YAT has done is they've created what looks incredibly simple, but is quite complex on the back end solution to actually use emojis as a global identifier of who you really are. And so you can, as you mentioned, receive payments, you can send payments, and you can also use it as your identity potentially throughout the metaverse.
So depending on sort of what combination of emojis you use sort of will depend on what the price it would be. So for instance, if you have a string of like 5 or 6 emojis, maybe that costs you $4 or $5 or $6. But there was one person that actually got just the key emoji and they spent $400,000 on this. This is why some people are saying, is this the next sort of wave of NFTs? Is it?
We'll see. The thing about it that's interesting is it does have a similarity to other NFTs in the sense that you look at CryptoPunks or Bored Apes that have had those crazy large runs, and those collections have certain rarities to them. They have certain quantities to them, right? And different traits. And of course, there are certain emojis that are more desirable than other emojis. Like you mentioned, the key as one emoji being used to identify who you are in the metaverse is pretty cool. And there may be demand for that. So I think similarly to NFT collections, we're going to see certain emoji combinations commanding higher values, but it's still really early. I will say they have a brilliant founder and Naveen behind them, so I'm pretty confident that they're going to do some cool things, but these things are always a shot in the dark because it's such new technology.
Jake, are there any security concerns at all when you're basically creating your identity using emojis? Are there any potential, headaches or pitfalls here?
I think that it could always be, when you're using something as your wallet address and you're accepting payments at it, what happens if you send the wrong emoji or somebody thought that it was 2 keys instead of 1 key or a different skin tone. But YAT's done a really good job of actually figuring out, for example, in the different skin tone example, they've done a good job of figuring out how exactly to make sure that those different skin tones and those different emoji differences are represented in your identity from day one. And so as long as people get the right emoji combination, which frankly is a lot easier than getting the full wallet, 26 character combination that we use to represent ourselves in Ethereum, I think it's a much simpler solution. And as a result, it could become globally accepted.
Jake, do you have a YAT yet? Are you planning on getting a YAT? Do you have an idea of what your emojis will be in your YAT?
I feel like all the good ones have probably been taken, but if I had a choice, my company's called MetaLink, and so if I could get the purple Nintendo-looking monster and the lightning bolt, I would love to get that one, so I should probably go check out what that costs right about now.
Yeah, I use the peach and the fire emoji the most in my text with friends. I know that's got to be gone already, so I'm already screwed.
Yeah, I think the peach is going to be a highly contested one.
Yes,
you might have to be competitive for that.
Yeah, the peach is probably already like at $1 million, so I'm already screwed already. Jake, great to have you here. Jake Udell, founder and CEO of MetaLink. Such a pleasure to have you here, Jake. Thanks.